Cadences are nothing more than different types of answers to questions. The answer can be an unexpected one, a surprising one, or even a lack of it. In music theory, all these are possibilities as well, but in this context, they consist of a chord sequence in the end of a phrase that is responsible for building and releasing tension through time. That is so important to understand music in general, as you can figure out patterns inside of any song that brings a communicative feeling to it. So let's take a deeper look into cadences in metal. First off, we have the most common of them all, the authentic or perfect cadence. Here, the dominant chord, that can be said to be the most unstable of them all, is followed by the root. It's commonly said to be the strongest cadence, as it releases all the tension that was built. There are millions of examples of this resolution in almost any song of the planet, but let's see it in Epika's Never Enough. Here we have a pretty straightforward harmony in B minor, with a 5-to-1 movement cliché to start the chorus, as the F sharp chord creates all the momentum for the B chord resolution. Check it out. Note how your ear is automatically expecting this B5 after the build-up. Another example of this termination can be seen in a personal favorite of mine, that is Winter Sun Star Child. It occurs in the chorus as well, which features a dominant E chord followed by a root A chord. Take a look. The song's just terrific. Another interesting thing about it is that, being so simple, there are some variations of it, as the inverted authentic cadence. An example of it can be seen in Angra's Lullaby for Lucifer. Here we have an E7 minor 9 over a G sharp bass that resolves back to a tonic, A minor. Note how a little bit of the strength was lost during this cadence, yet it's still a pretty strong one. Now imagine a piece that builds so much tension just to not resolve it. That's exactly what the half cadence does. It always ends the phrase on the dominant 5th chord and calls for a continuation, and that's the reason it is considered an extremely weak termination. I find it being kind of used in Blind Guardian's Imaginations from the Other Side. Just after the last guitar solo, I would say the song is predominantly in the key of F minor, and when this B flat to C power chord sequence is played with these whole rests between them, it's like the song is screaming for a continuation. I bet you want me to tap the play button. It's worth mentioning that after this beat, it resolves back to the tonic though, so it is an authentic cadence at last. However, you can't question the power given to the song by that phrase followed by a whole rest. It really focuses on that. Still analyzing this piece, we have another type of cadence used throughout the song, which is the Plagal Cadence. It resolves back to the root from a 4th subdominant chord, giving a strong finish, but not so strong as the perfect one. Here it takes place at the end of every phrase in the chorus, when it moves from a B flat to an F. Take a look. It's definitely softer than an authentic cadence, yet gives a comfortable sound. Another famous song that features this termination is Metallica's Welcome Home Sanitarium. In the main riff, it features an A major sus4 arpeggio that is followed by an E. For me, this cadence brings a little bit of mystery, as it builds and releases tension, yet there's room for more, and you don't really know if the composer will use it through the rest of the song the first time you hear it. That's why I believe they are perfect in these both scenarios. The last type of cadence I want to talk about is the interrupted or deceptive one. It consists of resolving the dominant chord into any other rather than the root, but usually the 6th. That's exactly what happens after the second chorus of Halloween's Halloween, which I love to say the name out loud. Set a little riff that features a B to E sequence that's repeated. However, at the last bar of this section, the B chord resolves to a C rather than the E, creating a surprise to the listener. Very cool, right? Shifting from power to progressive metal, another famous piece that contains this cadence is Dream Theater's Pull Me Under. Here, it is used to change the key of the song in the chorus to A minor by playing a C, then the dominant B chord that, instead of resolving back to the root, is followed by an A minor sus4 chord. It's well executed, as it also is a descendant flow in the new key too. It's such a cool act to play with the listener expectation, isn't it? Well, there you go. I really hope that you have learned the importance of these movements inside music, and that you might figure them out in some metal bangers as well. Nevertheless, please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed this content, and feel free to comment your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. Take care and stay metal.